The internet has gotten us used to instant gratification to the point that if a video is more than 10 seconds, that's it. You are not even watching anymore. You're done. They need to grasp your attention within the first 3 seconds. These days, you can follow someone on Instagram, on TikTok, and never talk to them. It's so insane. We think that watching someone's stories is interacting with them, but it's not. You are just watching what they posted. You guys have not actually had an interaction. There are also unnecessary standards on Instagram, and these standards can stress you out if you choose to follow them. I don't choose to follow standards on Instagram because who set these standards and who did they set them for? Because I was not called to that meeting. Oh, that ate. That ate. So why am I expected to follow standards that don't even align with who I am? Because on Instagram, it makes you feel like everything has to be perfect. I choose to run my account in a way that feels like me and in a way that feels authentic to who I am. And that means if I take a selfie in the sun with no makeup, with just the regular clothes that I'm wearing, I'm posting that. I'm not gonna wait till the day that I'm dressed up fancy to go out somewhere for me to feel like, okay, this is Instagram worthy. Anything is Instagram worthy if you just stick to being who you are and not. And who even created this stupid Instagram worthy picture in any time anyway? Like, where did that even come? Who decided what is Instagram worthy? Like, who are we following? I think it's the algorithm. It's the algorithm that pushes out things, and that's what sets the standard. I guess I just answered my own question. Hey, they took TikTok. They took it. TikTok appreciates personality, and that's why I didn't like the idea of it being banned, because it was just like, we're going to be left with Instagram. That's it. Our attention spans are in the pits. We have no attention span, yet we spend so much time mindlessly scrolling. Look at your screen time right now and see how much time you spend on social media. You say, oh, I'll just be on my Instagram for 10 minutes. The next thing you see, 30 minutes have gone. If I make longer videos, as I'm even editing it and preparing to post it, I have to already be at peace with the fact that people are not going to watch this video because it's longer than what the algorithm is pushing out. I've been seeing people asking for Reels to have a 2x option. How do you navigate real world conversations if what you spend most of your time on is an app where people are speaking twice as fast as the normal human being? If you ever find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to the point where you're not even watching what it is, you're just scrolling. If it's stories, you're just tapping, tapping, tapping. Your mind is overstimulated and you need to take a break. That's a signal that you need to take a break. Hello, hey, welcome back to this channel. My name is Twîri. This is Twîri's World. We talk about anything and everything. This has been on my list, but this TikTok ban pushed it all the way up. It was supposed to come like a few weeks after the videos that I'm supposed to do now, but yeah. So let's just talk about it. Because what has social media done to us? What has it actually done to us as a society, as a people, as a world, as a what has it done to us? Because where? So, in case you don't know, TikTok was banned in the US on the 19th of July. It was set to be banned, and the ban went into effect even before the 19th. It went into effect at night on the 18th. And it was just saying, like, this is temporarily unavailable, or the TikTok services are unavailable, but we are working with the president to bring the services back. We are hoping that he will bring it back. And then now the next morning we wake up on 19th, my brother texts me and he's like, TikTok is back. And I'm like, what? That wasn't even a full 12 hours. It wasn't even, I'm like, I was expecting it to be back, yes. Maybe after 3 days. I didn't expect it to come that quickly. And by the way, have you noticed the way Instagram has been changing things unnecessarily? Because why the grids went from 1 by 1 to 4 by 5? It looks so bad. Like, please bring it back to what it was. Who asked for all of this? Who, because it wasn't me, it wasn't anyone. People are complaining about it. It's just so annoying. People whose feeds were catered and curated to that one by one sizing have been thrown off. And then they changed the way the bio looks. Like they put the name, the name, the way it's usually under your profile picture. They changed it. Now it's next to your profile picture. The followers, posts, followers, and following, it's all together and also shifted next to the profile picture. Like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I like that YouTube just stays constant. YouTube is just YouTube. I feel like the only thing they've done is add shorts, but for the most part, it's just YouTube. And this is where you can come, you make your videos. The videos can be however long you want them to be, and it just works. But anyway, let's actually get into the topic itself. First of all, there is the observation that I've made, which is that we are so connected globally. We have never been this connected before. Like, you can send something to someone across the world, you can post an update, someone across the world will see it in an instant. At the same time, we are so disconnected. We are connected, yet the most disconnected we've ever been. How does that even come to be? It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I feel like I have my own speculations of how and why that's the case. But it's crazy because, back then when you were to get someone's contact information, say someone's number, someone WhatsApp, I'm going to use WhatsApp because I feel like WhatsApp was kind of, it was like, was it like social media? I don't know. WhatsApp is just a messaging app, but those days, if you were to get someone's number, like someone has given you my number, you would text me, right? You would text me, try to spark a conversation. Those days there wasn't status, so the most you could do by posting was to change your profile picture every other day, every week. That was the only way we were posting. And a conversation would go. Like, there are people who I met randomly on WhatsApp because we happen to be in the same WhatsApp group, and we still stay in touch to this day. These days, you can follow someone on Instagram, on TikTok, and never talk to them. It's so insane. Like, you could follow someone that you haven't seen in years, someone you haven't talked to in years, and that follow is it. That follow is your communication. There is no, hey, hi, how are you doing? It's just follow, that's it. And I feel like that's one of the things I noticed, and it made me really think about how disconnected we are. Because why would you not be eager to start a conversation with someone that you used to talk to all the time? Maybe you lost touch, like, you went to the same school, you grew up in the same area, you've lost touch, and now you've found this person. You're not eager to strike a conversation with them. You're just following, and that's it. That was the first thing. And I noticed that in 2024, that's the thing. I was just like, by the way, we are disconnected. We are so disconnected. So I started doing this thing where I will text them. I am following you on Instagram, yes, but I'm also going to DM you, and I'm going to be like, hey, it's been so many years. How have you been? Like, checking in on the person, catch up. Like, what do you do these days? The last time I saw you was how many years ago? So I did that, actually. I did that with one of my former classmates in primary school. I just randomly found his account, and I was like, you know what? I have not talked to this person in years. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder how they're doing, how life is going. And literally, that made me feel like, you know what, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to find someone's account, follow them, and then it ends there. You're supposed to find someone's account and you connect with them, like, have conversations with them, So I was glad that I did that, because we did end up catching up, and it did feel like I reconnected with someone that I had lost touch with for years and years and years. And that's something that wouldn't have happened if I had decided to just follow, that's it. Unless now the other person decides to text me. But I know, speaking for myself and my end, it probably would have just gone like that. And that's not how it should be. It's not supposed to be like that. I know that social media doesn't really help either, because something like Instagram has been adding features that make it easier to communicate without putting any real effort. Let me use stories as an example. It went from, you can comment on someone's stories, and then it went to you can slide up with and put an emoji, and now the emoji is your reaction. And then it went to like, aki, that like feature. I don't know who told them we need that like feature, who asked for that like feature, because people don't even slide up anymore. People don't actually comment anymore. People just hit like. That's it. That's all. It was bad enough that people were just doing the emoji. I mean, emojis are, I don't know. Emojis are neither here nor there for me. But the like feature, like social media just has made it so that it's so easy to go without having a conversation with someone on there. It's just so crazy. Like, it's really distorting the way we communicate, and I don't like it. I really don't like it at all. When it comes to in public interactions, even those ones have been distorted, because this is not just a young people thing. It's not just a young people thing. Everyone has been affected. And by everyone, I mean people who are even in their 40s, in their 50s, maybe 60s and above. They may not use social media as much, but by social media, I'm also including Facebook. So by Facebook, I'm including the generations that are older than us. People will be in the same room and everyone will be on their phone. Do you understand how crazy that is? We're in the same room. We probably haven't seen each other in a few days or in a few weeks, however long, and we're on our phones. People will be walking on the street with their heads down. As in, I don't know what, social media has actually ruined us. It has ruined us, because people will be walking on the streets with their heads down, and everyone is just lost in their own world. Everyone is just lost in their phones. Everyone is detached from reality. And I know I have been guilty of this, where you are also so focused, like you are in the same house, for example. This is not even about just in the same room. You're in the same house with people, and you are focused on communicating with people on the outside. As much as it's a good thing that we are able to communicate with people on the outside and people that are far and all that, is also crazy, because now we focus so much on that, because you're either scrolling, you're watching something, you're, I don't know, just the online interactions, they have taken so much out of us, because now you're focused on that outside communication and forgetting to communicate with the people you're living in the same house with. You're not interacting with them as much as you should. On this altered interactions point, we have gotten to the point in the place where we think that watching someone's stories is interacting with them. This goes back to either you found someone new, you followed them, or maybe it's your friend or someone you know. We think that watching someone's stories is interacting with them, but it's not. You are just watching what they posted. You guys have not actually had an interaction. If you have watched my story and you have seen that, oh, I went out and I did this today, oh, I went to the gym, and then, oh, I went here, I went there, I ran these errands, like, oh, I'm sharing something. You have seen and you have said, like, oh, yeah, she seems like she's doing well. I have not actually told you that. Like, you haven't asked me. We haven't had an interaction. I've had interactions with people where we'll meet up in person and they're like, oh, how you doing? Like, I've been seeing you on Instagram. You seem to be doing really well. And I'm like, this person basically checked up on me on Instagram because they watched my stories and they just concluded that I'm doing fine. So they didn't reach out to ask me like, oh, hey, how you doing? It's been long. They just rely on my... We don't reach out to people and we don't have actual conversations. We just rely on their posts. And that's part of the altered interactions. When it comes to posting, I remember when Instagram started, we used to just post anything and everything. Like, you just post your day, something from your day, you know, a random picture. You post whatever. But these days, Instagram specifically, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on with Instagram, because people are so conscious of how they're going to be viewed and perceived. And we are so focused on thinking about what others will think. Like, what is going to be their potential thought about this thing that I'm going to post? Like, what are they going to think of me? And there are also unnecessary standards on Instagram. And these standards can stress you out if you choose to follow them. I don't choose to follow the standards on Instagram because who set these standards and who did they set them for? Because I was not called to that meeting. Oh, that ate. That ate. I was not called to that meeting. So why am I expected to follow standards that don't even align with who I am? Exactly. Because on Instagram, it makes you feel like everything has to be perfect. It has to be professional photographer. You have to look this way, you have to look that way. It's just, it feels like it's too much. I choose to run my account in a way that feels like me and in a way that feels authentic to who I am. And that means if I take a selfie and I like it, I'm posting it. If I take a selfie in the sun with no makeup, with just the regular clothes that I'm wearing, I'm posting that. I'm not gonna wait till the day that I'm dressed up fancy to go out somewhere for me to feel like, okay, this is Instagram worthy. Anything is Instagram worthy if you just stick to being who you are and not. And who even created this stupid Instagram worthy picture in any term anyway? Like, where did that even come? Who decided what is Instagram worthy? Like, who are we following? This is insane. At the same time, though, I think it's the algorithm. The algorithm decided all these things because it's the algorithm that pushes out things, and that's what sets the standard. I guess I just answered my own question, but I guess that means that the people who set the standards are the people who set the algorithm. Stressful. And all of this, that's why I all of these reasons are why I appreciate TikTok, because TikTok has personality. When you go on your TikTok For You page and you're scrolling, you are going to find so many videos that you can relate with, so many videos that feel like regular humans, so many videos that just feel like you're seeing an actual person on your feed. I don't know how else to explain it in a way that makes sense. But TikTok, the algorithm on there, it appreciates personality. The algorithm pushes out content that has personality. It's nice that way. I like it that way because Instagram does not appreciate content that has personality. And I've seen it myself because there are times where a video will do so well on my TikTok, I post it on my Instagram, nothing. I don't understand why. Even the engagement is different, the audience is different. I think people on TikTok also just appreciate personality a lot more. But on Instagram, it's very weird. The algorithm on Insta, I think we should just blame the algorithm. It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm that's setting these unnecessary standards. It's the algorithm that is pushing out content that has, it's not pushing out content that has personality. It's the algorithm that's pushing out these posts and content that have those unnecessary standards, because the algorithm on TikTok doesn't do any of that. It just pushes out content because it's content and because it's good. Like, you can go there. I was talking to my friend, literally replied to a post I made about this, and she was like, yeah, on TikTok you can literally just go with your morning face and you'll go viral. That's exactly how it is. One of my videos that went crazy viral, because oh my gosh, when this TikTok was getting banned, there's a video that went viral and I had just sat down and I said something so random that just popped up in my mind, and that video was less than 5 seconds long, or maybe about 5 seconds long. It got over 800,000 views within 3 days. It was crazy. I just sat down and I said,
My goodness, I love fries so much. I could eat fries with a side of fries.
I was in class and then I went on break. So as I'm eating those fries, I'm just like, wow, these fries are so good. I could eat fries with a side of fries. And I was like, this would be a good TikTok. Like, this sounds like a good TikTok. So I took out my phone and I recorded myself saying the exact same thing. And it went, I even forgot about it. It went crazy viral. Like, whoa. TikTok appreciates personality. And that's why I didn't like the idea of it being banned, because it was just like, we're going to be left with Instagram? That's it? That's all? And then, you know, the thing with Instagram too, I know there are so many posts with personality. Like, I try to follow people with that same personality, like, you know, comedians, people who make skits, and those funny things that are just going to make me laugh. I follow such accounts. But will Instagram let me see them? No, because they want to promote their ads, they want to promote random things that don't make any sense. ads that I didn't add. They want to show me a post that someone put a note on. Now I'm seeing basically someone else's feed on my feed. By then, let me tell you, that notes thing, I had to mute it. I have been like that. You know how you swipe on your DMs and notes are up there? I have been going one by one. If I see notes there, I'm muting. Notes, mute, mute, mute. And I'm going to do it until the day that I open my DMs and there are no notes above. And so far right now, it's good because a lot of times when I open my IG DMs, I only see 1 or 2 notes. And those are easy to mute because it's just 2 people. So the more it goes, I'm muting. Just anyone that usually posts on notes, no offense to you, it's not you. It's not you. It's Instagram. Like, I really don't need to be knowing every single thing about every single person's thoughts every single minute. We already have stories for that. People post their thoughts, their whatever's on stories. I don't need to know it again on notes. Like, it just feels like too much. It feels like it's no longer my space. This is just a space where I'm going and I get met with unsolicited things that I did not ask to see everywhere. I saw this post on Threads, still on Altered Interactions, and let me show you what it said. It was from someone called the Michaela Rose, and she deleted her social media, and she's saying that she recognized how addicted everyone is without realizing. You can't have a conversation in real life without referencing a meme, video, sound, or post. It's true. It's actually so true. To the point where you look like the oddball for not being up to date on the trends. Let's even unpack that even before we continue. Because how many times do you have a conversation with someone, even me included, because I know I'm guilty of this, and you start asking someone, how do you not know this sound? How do you not know this TikTok sound? You need to be on African TikTok so you can understand this sound. Our lives revolve around social media now. If you don't know this TikTok sound, if you don't know this Instagram reel, if you didn't see this video that was trending, it's you that's the odd one out. It's so crazy. And someone can even make fun of you, like, hey, you, Kwani, you live under a rock. Mind you, the whole time you just want to stay connected to reality, but it's you that's the odd one out. It's so insane. So she continues to say, I spent a lot of my time on solo dates with a book, a journal, or some kind of game like crossword puzzles or Sudoku. And I'd look around and see everyone ignoring reality for their phones. She goes on to say, we have turned into the robots we claim to hate. Ooh, okay. And then at the end she says, I hope people recognize how addicted and overstimulated they actually are, and how it's affecting our cognitive abilities, and that they are more intentional with how they utilize it being TikTok. This was when it was banned. Moving forward, whether it's reinstated or not. It's actually crazy how accurate that is. Our attention spans are in the pits. In the pits. We have no attention span, yet we spend so much time mindlessly scrolling. Look at your screen time right now. Go on your app settings, on your iPhone settings, and look at screen time and see how much time you spend on social media. I did that last week, right? Was it last week? Yes, it was last week. I decided by then, you know what? I'm actually spending too much time scrolling. I'm just sitting there scrolling, losing track of time. Now the day, 2 hours have gone, 3 hours have gone. You say, oh, I'll just be on my Instagram for 10 minutes. The next thing you see, 30 minutes have gone. The internet has gotten us used to instant gratification, to the point that if a video is more than 10 seconds, that's it. You are not even watching anymore. You're done. They need to grasp your attention within the first 3 seconds for you to be interested enough to watch it. And even as you're watching it, you feel yourself getting impatient because you're like, this video is too long. Mind you, it's only been 15 seconds. As a creator, I have noticed that if I make longer videos, as I'm even editing it and preparing to post it, I have to already be at peace with the fact that people are not going to watch this video because it's too long. It's longer than what the algorithm is pushing out, because the algorithm wants you to watch videos quickly so that you can just scroll. So 5 seconds, the video is done. You've already gotten the information that you needed to get. I try to keep my attention span still good by reading books, by watching videos that are longer, movies, nini, Because even if you're watching a movie and you're constantly shifting to your phone, your attention span is fried. Like, you can't even sit down and watch that movie in its entirety without looking at your phone. It's crazy. I know I'm guilty of this too. I am guilty of it. But those are just some of the things that we're talking about. Like, social media has done this to us. It has just altered the way our brains operate, and it's crazy dangerous. It's so dangerous. On TikTok, for example, people watch videos on 2x speed. Is that also an attention span issue? I don't know if it is, because I feel like it is. Because why do you have to listen to someone speaking that fast? Why is 1x too slow for you if it's not an attention span issue? I've been seeing people asking for Reels to have a 2x option, like TikTok does. How do you navigate real world conversations if what you spend most of your time on is an app where people are speaking twice as fast as the normal human being? Isn't it counterproductive? Because now when you go out and you're having conversations with people, do you feel like this person is wasting my time? Like, speak faster. Is that how you feel? Like, this is actually a genuine question, because I don't know. I don't watch my videos on 2x. I watch my videos in regular speed, because I'm just like, some of those things, if I train myself to use my TikTok like that, of course I'm going to adapt to it. And now I'm going to be impatient if someone is trying to have a conversation with me and they're not speaking the way my brain wants them to speak. So I have to keep myself in tune with the real world, because no one in this world speaks in 2x. It doesn't make any sense. And now with this TikTok ban, let me talk about it briefly, because I understand the frustration of losing an app that we love. I honestly understand it, because I was also frustrated, and I was just like, there's no way they're taking this app away. Like, they're just saying it just to say. But hey, they took TikTok. They took it. So I was just like, so these people are serious. They're serious. But like I said, TikTok, people just go there and they are themselves. At the same time, we know how they've structured it. Even that TikTok, as much as it's good for personality, we know that these people have structured it so that you can stay on it, you can stay addicted. It's still social media, and they're still designing it in a way that is meant to get you addicted. No one is safe. No app is actually good. None of them are good. That day, Kwanzaa, when TikTok actually banned, because now they were supposed to ban it on Sunday. So maybe like midnight Sundays when people were expecting it to cut off. But now 18th at night in the evening there, by like 8 p.m. ish there, it was already gone. It was already starting to glitch on some people's phones, and just like showing you that notification that it's no longer available. It's not an available service in your region. And I was seeing a lot of posts of, so now what am I supposed to do when I'm bored? Like, so now what am I supposed to do to go to sleep? What am I supposed to look at when I'm at work? How am I supposed to get through my day? And I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are we this dependent on TikTok? Me, Kwanzaa, I had gotten to the point where I was only opening my TikTok maybe once or twice a week. And as much as that was good, it didn't really mean anything, because all that time was being filled by reels. It meant nothing. It meant nothing. It's nice that I was staying off TikTok, but I was on reels. I was on reels. I still am. And which is why I started doing that time limit thing. Did I even finish that point I was making earlier? I don't even know if I finished it. But I decided to set an app limit. Just, I cannot be spending hours and hours and hours scrolling. So I decided to set a time, a limit for myself. You have to take control of it at some point. Like, you cannot let something take control of you to that extent. And the bottom line, honestly, the bottom line is that we are addicted. We are addicted to social media, because when you're bored, you search Instagram, TikTok. You sit down, your finger just goes immediately to the search bar and you're searching Instagram, or you're scrolling through your home screen to find Instagram and TikTok. We spend hours mindlessly scrolling, and I started doing the app limit thing, because honestly, the goal is to spend less and less time on social media, less time on screens. I want to read more books. I can't read more books if I'm spending all my time scrolling. Try to find activities and things that you can do to actually stimulate your brain. And one of those things can be reading books, reading novels. And that's one of the things I'm incorporating. I had started reading in 2023, and it's because I wanted a screenless hobby. I did not want, and it's a screenless hobby that's easily accessible. Like, I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to make it too complicated. I just have some books. And when I'm done with this one, I read the next one, and so on and so forth. That TikTok ban, it was short. It was very, very short. It may have been the shortest ban to ever exist, but it taught me a lot. It taught me so, so much. But honestly, I was annoyed because I have been trying to grow my page and I'm almost at halfway. My goal has been 10K and I'm almost at halfway. And you want to mean that you're taking that away as I'm working so hard to get myself back up there? Mind you that TikTok, they had shadow banned my content for a while. I don't know why. Sometimes TikTok does that and it's so random. They shadow ban you and you go from getting really, really good views and good engagement to getting scraps and crumbles and crumbs. Like, what is happening? So I had gone through that motion, and honestly, I almost stopped posting. I almost deleted even my entire TikTok because I was like, I've been trying. It's been weeks. I'm trying. It's not working. I'm still getting poor engagement, even though I'm posting the exact same things that I used to post. But then the thing with TikTok is that if you just continue being consistent, it will just shoot up one day and then it will just start, it's kind of going to pick up and continue going that way. So I'm glad that I continued because it's continuing to show me that, yeah, just keep going. It's gonna get to where you want it to get. So my goal is still 10K and I still want to get there. And now that TikTok is back, I'm actually going to try and make it happen. At the same time, it reinforced something that has always been at the back of my mind, which is, as a content creator, you are heavily reliant on the owners of social media to keep those apps alive and to keep those apps going and to keep those apps favorable to you and to push your content out. You are so heavily reliant on them. Because if they decide to close everything today, that's it. As a content creator, that's it. You're done. If they decide to close Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, they decide to close it down today, that's it. You're done. Your career is gone. Hey, yeah, guy. And that's why it's so important to get your papers. And by papers, I mean go and get your education. As you content create, go and get your education, get your degrees, build your career, build your offline business, have an actual standing in the real life as well. Don't just put all your coins here and then now it's gone and then now you have to start over again. At least have, something going on as you do content creation. I don't feel like, unless you're at the place where you make so much from content creation that even if it were to just disappear like this, you would have, like a buffer before you are able to find your standing in the real life again. I think that you should always have something going on. Work towards something. And that's where I'm at. I'm working towards something. But honestly, social media is doing more harm than good to our minds. Because do you see children? Bruh, I see 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. They cannot sit still unless they have a screen in front of them playing cartoons. They cannot sit still unless Cocomelon is playing. Ooh, because of that Cocomelon. Oh my goodness. Should I have that discussion today or is it a conversation for another day? Because that Cocomelon, have you seen those TikTok trends of how a parent plays that Cocomelon intro sound and the kids come running? As in, it's like crack. Like, what are they putting in that? What is it? What do they know that we don't know? I'm actually so, so curious. But that Cocomelon, I have to do more research on it and come back here and tell you what I have found. But yeah, it's crazy because now even the children are getting raised that way. Children are not being raised in a screenless world. Children are being raised in a world where if you want your child to calm down, give them the tablet. If you want them to calm down, give them your phone. Put YouTube on them and put the cartoon. If you want your child to eat, they cannot eat without watching. As in, what's happening? What is actually happening? So yeah, man, those are some of the things I had to say about social media. And be mindful of how you use social media. Remember to take breaks. Remember to set limits if you need the limits. I know I've set my limits and I'm just going to continue sticking to them because, like I said, the goal is to spend as little time as possible on social media, because as someone that creates, it's so easy for me to spend even more time on social media because I'm creating at the same time I'm also wanting to consume. So it's like I can't just be, my day just cannot go to that, you know. So like I have days where I will consume and I have days where it's just I'm going there to create and I'm out. So just also creating that balance for myself where it's, if we're focusing on the creating, we're focusing on the creating. On a day where I'm not creating, maybe I can consume a bit. And yeah, but generally, I'm not very good with consuming a lot of content because there's also the overstimulation that comes with it. By the way, let me say this while I'm still here. If you ever find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to the point where you're just scrolling, you're not even watching what it is, you're just scrolling. You see a video, you scroll, video scroll, video scroll. You're not even watching it. If it's stories, you're just tapping, tapping, tapping. You're watching someone's stories and you're not even pausing to see what they posted. Your mind is overstimulated and you need to take a break. Like that's a signal that you need to take a break. Because the fact that you're not even able to sit down and actually consume what you are looking at, you're not even able to sit down and your brain cannot allow you to sit down and read whatever it is that you're looking at, you're overstimulated and you need to take a break from that screen. And that's something I learned from myself because I was finding myself being in that space where I'm just scrolling. I'm just like, there's sometimes I even get so irritated. I'm like, I want to unfollow this person. Like, I'm getting so agitated for no reason. And then I realize it's because I'm overstimulated by the posts and I need to take a break. And in those moments, I know I have to close Instagram. I have to close whatever it is. Yeah, that's it. I hope you are, going to also try to reflect on these things, see how social media has consumed your life. To what degree has it consumed you? To a high degree, to where you walk like this. Are you the type of person that will be in the same room with people and just be on your phone, or do you talk to people? Do you know how to, do you know when to turn off your phone, or do you know when to put it away, or do you just get consumed and just stay on your phone? Think about some of these things and try to see how you can get yourself back in touch with reality. Go outside and connect with the nature. Go touch something, some trees. Go take a walk and touch the leaves. Do something that is not Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, night, depending on where you're watching this, because this channel might be small, but it is global. It's global, and I have people outside the country watching this. Do I actually? Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. So yes, I hope to see you on the next one. Please do all the necessary engagements. Share your thoughts with me on this entire social media discourse. And yeah, share this video to someone who you know needs to get off their screen. Send it to them. It's so crazy because I'm talking about all these things and you're on the screen watching me and I'm talking about get off the screen, get off the screen. Bye. Let me not keep you on the screen any longer. I will usher myself out. Have a good day. Bye.